A lot of people just go back to, oh, your parents read to you, and then you knew how to read. I don't even remember learning how to read at all.
You know, lots of children will just develop the knowledge of the pattern. 20% of children won't, so they need the explicit instruction.
It could affect them with confidence. If they're in a class and all the kids are kind of reading the words out loud, they might have felt kind of isolated and detached from their classmates and their friends.
Everyone's moving forward, and you're not.
So I am sourced out from this organization called the Reading Assist Institute.
Each tutor sees 6 students for a 45-minute time period each day.
One-on-one intensive tutoring every single day.
So each lesson that I create from this program is tailored specifically to the needs of the child.
We start with our grapheme sounds. You know, each letter says a sound, and then we start putting them together to make the words and make the syllables.
It's more like math. You know, you have the word, and then you have to look at each letter and help the kids with what sound does each letter make.
So like jump, j, m.
Say I have an F and an L, that can make an L blend.
What's the L blend that makes?
Food.
Like that's a lot of sounds that these kids have to put together to get that word. You know, you don't think about that when you're reading.
I see Reading Assist from the perspective of how can it help our students begin to fill some of the gaps that are missing in the classroom.
You know, the kids have good and bad days. Sometimes it can be very frustrating for them.
Like with big words, when I don't know them, I'm trying to sound them out in my brain, but then I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this?
So you have 6 people who are either having a great day or not in the mood, and since it's something difficult for them, it's usually more on the not in the mood side and less on the great day side. It's been very, very difficult.
They're the ones that are struggling, and struggling kids don't have it all figured out, so that means that you're gonna have to kind of like figure out what you need to do to help them.
We actually had a student who was very resistant to being pulled from the room. Her data had never moved. I mean, it moved a little bit, but then it would go backwards. And it'd move a little bit, and then she'd go backwards again. But now it's starting to really move. It's not huge growth, but it's moving in a direction that it hasn't before.
None of the students were at benchmark at the beginning of the year assessment. The data is saying that all of them were at benchmark, middle of the year.
They did testing called Dibbles testing, and all the kids were up a lot. How many words could you read in a minute, your accuracy in reading, and things like that.
Read Assist provides mentorship. It provides students with the ability to be confident.
I learned words that I have never learned before.
Being able to focus on one kid and their one individual need versus 3, 4, or even 5 kids in a group keeps them motivated. I think it helps them feel special too.
This just kind of gives us another step or another vehicle to reach the students that are struggling the most.
I couldn't read at all, but when I met Mr. Kittle, he helped me read.
Seeing him acknowledge that success that he's been having, it was a great feeling.
Seeing like my kids at the beginning that were like bummed out when they had to read a word and they couldn't read the word like cat, and now they're reading short stories with me. It's amazing, yeah.
I really wish that we had more Reading Assist people here.
They're sacrificing a lot to help children that will ultimately impact our future.
You just become so close to them, and you really want them to succeed.
I wish this could be at every school. We need to get these students back up to grade level, and this is the way to do it.
It feels awesome to learn how to read.